President Ralph Rosa P. Eustache, we want to be mindful how we talk to people. First, we have to have the right mindset. We want to be controlled in how we speak. There's no reason to lose control or to be entirely upset so that we are yelling with no purpose. Every communication style, whether we are raising our voice, has a meaning or purpose. If we have no purpose, and if we're doing it out of a loss of control, then that's where we lose our reputation, we lose our audience as well. This is Ralph Rosa P. Eustache, and no one can attribute this work to them outside of me. I retain the rights of my work. I should sound like a woman only, and no one can claim this piece as theirs other than me. This is just my disclaimer. So if you are offered this work, please refuse it unless it's directly Ralph Rosa P. Eustache, the one who's president and the one who is known as the one who's gone through the fire. Okay, I'm not a light-skinned woman, but I am at times. I do not identify other than Ralph Rosa P. Eustache, and this is my disclaimer. And you'll probably hear this disclaimer on every piece that I do from now on. At this point, I do want to ask for respect for my property and for humanity. If we're showing a disrespect for humanity, what are we saying about ourselves? Are we barbarians? We don't want that ever. So we want to understand that we are people. And if we don't have respect for others, then there is no humanity in us. And that is not the state where we want to be. It creates sterility. We don't want sterility. Moving on. Unfortunately, we do have to come across different personality types on a day-to-day. And there are ways to communicate that are effective. There's a soft talk, which is not originated from me. There's the wash, which is mine. And there's a leader, which is also mine, which I... not the sole person who exhibits that. The wash, I'm not the sole person who exhibits this either. I've coined the term because today I've had to use it and really go into the term, the wash. And it is effective. It has its role. So the soft talk is where you basically want to communicate respectfully to anyone in service who's servicing you, in order to have a good experience, in order to be able to talk persuasively and get the most out of your service. And that should be applied first and foremost. And so when we are courteous and kind, we really can make a person's day. They can make our day. We can get more out of the person. And our thoughts and connectivity between the synapses of the brain are not disrupted, so that we can really think of persuasive terms and ideas and facts that will end in good results. The wash is basically something that we want to be careful of, because we don't want to go out, for example, for an evening on the town and wind up in a brawl because we told someone off. That's not the purpose. So we want to be very careful not to get into altercations with our neighbors, with our family members, with our classmates, just because someone said something to us out of place. That's very dangerous. The wash is only to be used with people who are stalkers and continuously bullying in a form of stalking, never leaving you alone. And therefore, the purpose is to show them that you are not a subordinate, you're not lower than them. And so you basically you speak explicitly, which should not be a characteristic of yours. Should not. But in these terms, you really are washing the person so that they don't come back to you. You have to be very loud to embarrass the person completely, so that they fear coming to you, because everyone will notice and they never come back. And so if you are someone who is an elite or someone who is spiritual minded and you're a Christian and you don't want to use explicits, that's really important as well. Just make sure that you're very loud, extremely loud, but not screaming so that people can say you need to be sedated, but that you're loud enough and you show power and strength in order to move the person away from you. So anyone, who does this apply to? People who don't respect stop, people who don't respect no, people who don't respect stop and no because they're being extorted to, and who don't really have a reason to stop bothering you. And unfortunately, you have to get loud on them too. If you feel a person is doing this out of fear, you can get help for them as well. But at some point, they have to take responsibility for their actions or either come to you directly for help. The next style is the leader. The leader basically is someone who sees that they're not being serviced well, who identifies themselves as a leader in the community, who lets the person know that they're rating the person, gives feedback so the person is fully aware of how they need to work, and also requests monitoring of the call and makes the person aware, as I stated, of their role in the community and gives their title. That way, the person is aware that they're dealing with someone who's important and they adopt a subordinate role in order to complete their work. And also, the leader can check back to see if the work has been completed thoroughly or request the help of other leaders at the company in question or entity who will check back on the work to make sure that there's not a pool of people acting in the same manner. Okay, so there you have it. Ralph Rosa, P. Eustache President. Thank you for joining. Have a great day.